All right. Yeah. Is it Timia?
All right. Well,
Is that how you pronounce your name?
Maya.
Okay. Well, all right.
So I don't know. I came on the Zoom. I'm like kind of freaked out. There's a lot of MAGA hats, but I'm gonna tame myself because obviously you guys are like really. I don't know. I think
Breathe. We ain't gonna kill you. Well, I might, but
I don't know. Right, as a a first generation Jewish daughter of immigrants, yada yada, whole thing. My parents were my dad basically fled communist Hungary to Germany when he was a little kid. And so, I took a few tests recently. I took multiple political axis tests. I took the original one. Then I took one and I got democratic socialism, which, I was a little confused on because I didn't really agree with all of Bernie's stuff. And I don't know, I'm just, I'm a centrist on some stuff. And yeah.
you're not a barb, are you?
Oh, no, I'm not.
I'm a barb, but I'm not like the death threat barb. I just like Nicki Minaj.
I'm not
I
the
just like Nicki Minaj. That's the only thing that makes me a barb.
Yeah, I know. I just like Nicki Minaj. That's it. So I took this test. It was like left values, and I got centrist Marxism, and I was so scared slash confused because I was like, first of all, my dad's gonna kill me because no, he's been through hell and freaking back. But my question for you, Fatty, is like,
Oh, yeah.
at what point do you consider like the left side to be communist? Like at what degree? I mean, you could say Bernie Bros, right? You can say it. But like what like specific, morals?
So, okay. So one, let me address something. I don't like the political compass test. I think people take them and then they let that lead to what they should think.
Yeah.
That's what this says. Like I get different things, and that might just because they use a lot of large words that I cannot read. But so to answer the actual question, so okay, for me, socialism is is the bottom step in the staircase to communism. In most countries, you don't see communism. They say, "Oh, well, they're socialists; they're not communists." Well, that's because it failed. Someone took a step on the bottom step and tripped and fell and busted their face. Like it doesn't, So I consider when you start to get into communism is when you start like, oh, we're gonna tiptoe a little bit into socialism. Like we have obviously socialism practices in our government, right? We have social security checks, all that great stuff. Just more numbers I got to memorize, but I think communism starts to take birth and is conceived in socialism, and then you just go from there. So I don't know if that answers your question or not.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
probably a bunch
know.
of other people that have different
Like,
opinions, but
it's just crazy to me, and like I don't know. I was hearing how what's his name, HW is talking about what makes us American. I'm not going to dive back into that at all, but like I
yeah.
don't know. I feel like I'm not a complete. I'm not all for progressivism or whatever,
Right.
but I do know that like if you trace any sort of big popular thing back into this country, it's gonna go back to immigrants, and you go back to whatever.
I mean,
And so I don't know. I just
yeah, it's the tough thing to say to say people like I certainly ain't. My family ain't full fledged American, obviously. And, I don't have. Unlike Elizabeth Warren, who has like, what is it, 1 in 300 million% Native
Native
American.
American,
I ain't that. You know what I mean?
Harvard. No, I don't know. I don't know. I see a lot of assumptions on TikTok
Yeah.
about.
I just get on TikTok to make kind of funny stuff. That's all it really is, and then hope not to get blocked. So
It's nice to see, you know, me get people getting along like this, especially teenagers. I mean, I'm like looking at this, and it's like MAGA hats, and I'm like,
So okay, let me ask you this: what do you have against MAGA hats? Let me hear.
literally nothing. Literally, I mean, okay, I just feel like it's slightly culty, but I don't mean it in a mean way. I don't mean it in a. Don't yell at me, please.
I'm not gonna say that Bernie Bros aren't just as culty
They
because
are.
they are.
They are.
I swear to God, it's like the Bernie Bros and the Trump supporters are these cults, and they're these leaders, and they'll just like blindly
It's a
support
little
them.
scary. But
All right, y'all calm down in Jaden's chat now. That's a little freaky.
oh no, I'm not. I don't mean anything.
Don't worry about it.
It's
A
just
lot-
like my
Yeah,
brain.
chat, calm down.
You know, I'm a very active
Optics.
policy debater. I'm a very active policy debater.
Yeah, where are my mods? Mods?
Right, I hear you. There's just like 300
How
things.
do we
going on.
see
I'm
this
sorry.
chat? How do we get to it?
It doesn't matter. You don't need to
I
get to
wouldn't
it.
do it. Don't worry. I'm fairly surprised.
I know people are probably saying
No,
stuff,
it's fine. Just
but I don't really care.
But to me,
But
so wait.
on the political compass, because it will tell me like I'm like an anarcho-communist. I'm like, what? I'm democracy is one of the most important things to me. I'm like, what? Because I like, I don't know. It's just I know I researched that test. Apparently, it's super. It like will put you three spots down, and three spots. It's super prone to putting you into the libertarian left square over
Yeah,
anything
of course.
else. So it will just like push you down, I guess. But I don't know. It's just.
I think making any decision politically off of a compass test is just a poor decision. And I'm not saying that you are, but
It's fun to take. It's fun to
Yeah.
think about that kind of stuff.
it's fun to look at. It might depress you. It might shock you. But at the end of the day, it's a stupid little computer thing that has a lot of large words that I cannot read.
Based.
Yeah.
This guy's based, man.
It's
You're
honestly-
based, fatty.
Big
You are
fan of based fatty.
I'm a fan.
Honestly,
I
even
must
hard for me
stand.
It's
Everybody,
honestly like hard for me to even consider. I don't know. I don't really consider myself American. I don't know. I'm trilingual and like I feel kind of, and I know a lot of you guys are gonna get mad. I know it, but
I don't get mad at
Very
nobody.
I feel
Cosmopolitan.
kind of like
Sort of
ashamed
international.
sometimes.
You feel like an outcast. Is that what you're saying?
Mm.
Yeah, I live in
Right.
Montana. I live in Montana, and the fucking
Montana's like that's the South, but in the North. Like, how do you not feel American in Montana?
Oh, it's the same thing
Our-
in upstate New York. It's like basically the deep South here.
It's very very divided here, and I just wish I could say that I feel American, but I don't.
What
Ow.
do you not feel? Okay, so let me ask you this: do you have any faith of any kind?
I'm Jewish.
Okay.
I'm not.
That
I'm
back.
a modern Jewish, kind of.
That kind of killed my argument. All right, so do you hold a sense of pride for your country, right? Like, do you put, oh my God, I'm gonna say it again, and everyone in the chat and everyone's gonna be freaking out. Like, oh, where's America's based? Would you put your country, would you put America first, right? Would you put your country first? Would you have pride in your country?
But like, in what context? It depends on what.
Are you gonna make? Would you rather see the health of America come first before any other little country that has like 500 different consonants in it?
I'd rather that. I'd rather the second thing that you
All right.
said. I'd rather.
I wouldn't. I actually have an I love Israel flag right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
based?
I'm yeah, I don't want to get into the Israel Palestine thing is so difficult, and it's so confusing for me too, because I did my trip there for my whatever it's called, and
Did you see the tank that was sitting across the river?
I saw both. I went to Gaza. I was like,
have a
oh
gun
my
pointed
God.
at you.
It was scary. Like, I love Israel with all my heart, but it's scary. It's all of it's scary, and I don't know what I am. Like, am I? Should I consider myself American? Like, that's fucking.
You seem pretty American. I don't
I don't know. I see where she's coming from. I completely get
I
it.
guess.
I
mean,
understand completely where she's coming from.
I mean, I guess if you're not American, you can leave. I'm playing. I'm totally playing. Someone's gonna clip it. And like, oh my God.
Fine. It's
But-
fine. I mean, if Trump wins again, I'm out. But
Where to?
Well, you
Look
might
for
as
the
well start
best.
buying your
I'm
ticket
going back
now
to my
because
country.
that's
hungry.
Should we go to the other girl that's been raising her hand
I
physically?
don't know, dude. I got 40 different questions here. I'm
All
not-
right. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too. All right. Okay.